Hey guys, I hope you're having a great Tuesday. I told you yesterday that I would shoot a video about recruiting, and so here it is. February is such a strong month for recruiting with Scentsy and for Velada, and so I wanted to first explain why it's such a great month to recruit. I want to give you some tips for recruiting, and then I want to tell you about a cool event that we are going to do as a team that should help you as you're trying to talk to people about joining our team. So, first of all, February is such a great month to recruit because it's kind of we call it an expanded kit month. You could call it a bonus kit. I really don't like when people call it a double kit. That's a personal thing because it's not actually double. But what you do get whenever you join in February is you get the current fall and winter kit because we're still in that fall and winter catalog time frame. And you also get a set of transition testers. So you'll get the new spring and summer party testers, and you'll also get the new spring and summer catalogs. So that you don't have to turn around and be buying new stuff, but you'll be ready for March 1st. So that's kind of the excitement, and that's what's so great about February is people can go ahead and get started selling right now with their fall and winter stuff. And they'll kind of get their foot in the door, maybe have a launch party, start talking to family and friends, figure out, how the way the catalog works, how to enter orders, kind of get a feel for what they're doing. And then they already have their testers and their catalogs to transition over, so March 1st they can start selling for the new catalog. So it's really a great time. February and August, this happens also. Those tend to be great recruiting months just because people are so excited about the new catalog, and it's a good deal. And that's for Scentsy. And with Velada, since Velada doesn't have testers, Velada is doing the expanded kit where you also get the spring and summer catalogs in your starter kit if you sign up in February. So it's a really good deal. It's a great month. And so here's what I want you to think about. If you are a good seller, or if you're just kind of here and there, but when you sell something, you're making money for that month. Any month that you sell a couple $100, that you're going to make once you're certified, you're going to make your 25%. You're guaranteed that you're going to take it home, and that's your thing. Well, once you start recruiting and building a team, your income is going to grow exponentially. So if you'll look at the compensation plan, there are trainings online that you can look for about that. I'm pretty sure the training center has some too. If you need a link or something, let me know and I can try to find one. But the compensation plan is set up so that as you're recruiting and you're helping others to grow and figure the business out, you are being paid for that work, and you are making money off of your recruits as they're selling. And as you recruit more people, and if you're consistently selling 500 PRV a month, then you will make commission off of your team. And as your team grows, you continue making money off of everybody in your team as long as you kind of keep growing yourself and promoting. And as you go up higher and higher, you'll see that the higher ranks do pay out more because it's a little bit more work. You're doing a little bit more for your team members, and it's really, really great, you guys. My background as far as direct sales goes is my mom has been a consultant with a cosmetic company for years. I'll just say it's Mary Kay. And I have seen how people can grow their business and grow their team and how recruiting a team works. And so, I saw that at a young age and just growing up. And so whenever I started Scentsy, I knew right away, this could be really good for me. I don't love makeup or skincare, but I really love this smelly good stuff. So I just kind of made it a point to start recruiting right away, and my team grew. So I'm so sorry. I'm kind of today. So here's my biggest piece of advice. If you only take away one thing out of this whole talk that I'm doing right now, it's this: find a need and fill it with Scentsy or fill it with Velada. So what I want you to do And I'm telling you, this is going to be so, so helpful for you. So please don't just like say, nah, I'll just keep watching. I'm not actually going to do what she says, but I'll just listen. But really, like at some point, if you're not doing it right now while I'm talking, at some point, I want you to make a list of just make a list of all these people that come to your mind. So you're going to get on your phone and you're going to look through your contacts list. You're going to get on your Facebook and your Instagram and your email for those people who don't use social media. You are going to think through like church directories and school directories and your kids' dance classes and where you work and where your spouse work and where your parents work and where your sister works, and like think through all the networks that you have. And I want you to start making a list of names. And the way that I do this is, let me be honest, I haven't done this in a while. So Amy's going to be doing this today. You are going to make a list of people that you think might be good consultants. And the way that I actually do it is I keep a list and I update it. I just haven't updated it. But I update it like every month or every other month. And I keep a list actually of people that I think might be a good hostess, people that might just need to buy this month, it's been a while, and then potential recruits, and then also just like other people who I think might be good for referrals, or maybe they own a business where I can set up or come and sell or whatever. So I kind of keep like a list of all those different things, but for the purpose of recruiting, I want you to come up with a list of potential recruits. I'm not going to give you a number, but I'm darn sure that you can come up with more than 5 or 10. If you are really looking through all of your contacts, I mean really, like get on your phone, get on Facebook, think about everybody that you know and come in contact with. And if there is a restaurant that you go to in your little town and you go there all the time and the waitress is amazing, then you are going to have a recruiting conversation with her about how she is so, so sweet and thoughtful and great at customer service and how you'd love to have her on your team and you think she'd be awesome. So like think about that, okay? So make a list of everybody that you think might be great at this, or like I said, find a need and fill it. So if you know somebody's husband just got laid off, then you're going to think about that family, or that somebody is about to lose their job, or there's going to be cutbacks, or maybe somebody is working like 3 part-time jobs to make ends meet, or somebody is pregnant and you don't know. They may want to stay home whenever their baby comes instead of going back to work. They may not even know it yet, but it would be a person that you would want to talk to. So people like that, moms, not moms, single people, young people, men and women. I mean, seriously, there is nobody that you should write off. Just be thinking about college students that might want to have a little bit of side income, something they can do to work around their classes. Seriously, it could be anybody. So make a list of everybody that you think could possibly do this. And keep in mind that you're looking for needs so that you can fill it with Scentsy. The thing is, a lot of people get so nervous about recruiting because we get in our minds that it's all about us and it's all about how we want to build our team. But here's the thing, it's not about us. It's about them. And whenever you do find that there is a need and there's somebody who's having a baby and they want a little extra income so they can buy baby clothes and diapers every month as their kid is growing, then when you see that, you think, okay, well, it's not just for me anymore. Like, this can actually help them. And so you've got to keep it in mind that you're not bothering somebody, but you can be blessing them with this business. A cool thing about direct sales, a lot of people think, oh, it's MLM, multi-level marketing, and it's all about the people at the top and whatnot. First of all, people at the top, it's with Scentsy specifically, still have to keep working to keep a team. But the thing about direct sales that's really, really cool is I can be a business owner and you can be a business owner and you don't have to invest a whole lot. You don't have to come up with a workspace and you don't have to come up with a model or a product or a service. You don't have to come up with thousands of dollars to start a business. You don't have to worry about the insurance and all of the everything, All you have to do is pay $99 and there, you're a business owner. You are a consultant. You're an independent consultant. You've made an agreement with Scentsy and that you're going to sell products and they're going to give you a commission for it. And you can go from there. A lot of people, so this is a conversation you can have when you're talking with people. A lot of people grow their business through home parties, but that's not for everybody. I think that home parties is a really great way to meet people and have a personal connection. But I know a lot of people who don't do home parties, and it's, excuse me. And so if you can talk about basket parties, with Scentsy, you know, we have mini testers, and I've seen so many cute little ideas with baskets or bags or things where you put maybe a warmer and a couple of bars and a few like skin products and maybe a buddy, and then your testers and catalogs and order forms, and you send that off and people can collect orders. With Velada, we call them borrow bags, and so I have a crepe maker borrow bag where I've got a crepe maker, a jar of crepe mix, instructions for how to use it, and some ideas for different types of crepes, how they can use them, and I'll send that off with somebody. So there are different ways that you can do a business. So there's, I just said home parties, those are basket and borrow bags. A lot of people do things online now. I know some people who do the majority of their sales through Facebook parties. So there is a Facebook parties consultant group that is run by Edie. Her last name just changed, but it's Edie. She is a sweet, sweet woman, and she lives in Maine, I think, but it's like East Coast, super, super small town that's far away from other towns, other people, and so she found that in order to grow her business, it was really hard for her to drive, and, you know, like, her whole town is already buying from her, and, like, she knew that if she wanted to grow, she's going to have to do something about it. So she got to doing Facebook parties, and she's really made that work for her, and so that's a way to do it. I know some people who do a lot of stuff through YouTube. They've become this like Scentsy YouTube star where, you know, several times a month they get on and they talk about the scent of the month. They talk about the warmer of the month. They talk about specials. They do a lot of personal stuff. Like this is my favorite scent, whatever. But they sell like that, and they just have their website and they do a lot of online sales. So there are different ways that people can use Scentsy or Velada to work for them. So, be thinking about that. So, I feel like I'm making this really, really long, you guys, but I feel like I have some good things, important things that I want you to know. I think something huge that's important is building relationships. Kayla Rice, shout out Kayla, she has told me, and I've got to start doing this. I did once, and then I need to get in the regular routine and put it on my list. But she has, I think it's every week or every day, I can't remember, but whatever works for you guys. She has a specific time written down in her calendar where she talks to so many people a day on Facebook, and it's not about recruiting, it's not about sales necessarily, but she just talks to people. She connects with people that she's met, that she's friends with on Facebook. She sends a message and says, hey, I saw the picture of your kids the other day. They're super cute. You know, how are things going on with you? Or she'll message somebody. I mean, like, whatever. You can just talk to people. A lot of times, I think that social media has made it even like, it's made it kind of awkward even to see people like out in public that you're Facebook friends with, you went to high school with them, so like you should kind of know stuff about them, but it's weird to talk about how you know it because you know it from Facebook stalking them or whatever. I don't know. It's kind of awkward, and so she has kind of broken that. And I think probably people that she doesn't even know, she's never met, but she's friends with them through doing Facebook parties or whatever. And she just messages them and gets to know them. And that makes it easier so that later on you can make the move and offer the invitation to join your team. So building relationships is very important. I know you guys, look, I'm on this video. I make videos all the time for you. I don't really love doing it, but I've gotten comfortable with it. I am actually an introvert. So I have always been the kind of person who loves my little group of friends. I have a hard time just getting out and like at parties. I don't like to talk. I don't know what to talk about. I like freeze up and I just stay with my little bubble of friends, or I'd be content to just sit and talk to one person for a while, but being in front of a lot of people that I don't know especially is hard. Even when I go like to the grocery store, man, I love to be on my phone. I love to be checking my Facebook, and I don't even know. I get overwhelmed sometimes. And so if you are that kind of person, and like really, like if you guys have done a Myers-Briggs test, I am smack dab in the middle between introvert and extrovert. I feel like I've gotten more introvert over time. Maybe it was with my kids. I'm like, I need some alone time. But I think that if I'm like in the middle of a test, like in the middle of the scale, then there are a lot of you who are like real extreme introverts, and you have a hard time getting out there. So this is going to have to be something that you work on. But I think especially with, kind of being able to hide behind the screen on Facebook or social media, that makes it a little bit easier. Sending text messages, just, being in touch with people helps. But one thing that's like really important is when you do go out and you meet people or you're around people, that you are friendly and approachable. So, that means putting away your phone and talking to people, the lady at the checkout or the people that are in front of you or behind you waiting in line at the grocery store. That means talking to your waitress, like I said earlier, and saying like, man, you are... So Jacqueline Roy is my sponsor. You probably know her. She was a shining star for Scentsy a couple years ago. She's amazing, but she's definitely an extrovert, definitely like outgoing and fun and talkative. And so anytime we go out to lunch or dinner or anything, she like talks it up with the waitress, and I'm like, dang, I can never do that. And really, like, I have a hard time doing it. I have to go into lunch thinking, okay, how do I talk to this waitress? It doesn't come naturally to me. But if you will be intentional about it, I think you'll find that it'll get a little bit easier as you practice. Just talking to people, getting to know them when you drop your kids off, wherever. Talk to the other parents when you're sitting and waiting for them during their dance class or during baseball practice or whatever. Just sit and like start talking to people. So build relationships, and not necessarily with the purpose of like, I'm going to ask her name and I'm going to tell her she should join my Scentsy team. But build relationships now, start to talk to people, and then, drop the bomb about joining your team or mention it. A good thing to do is to get it to come up in conversation. When you first meet people, get them to ask you what it is that you do. And if you've got another job, I know this is something like Jess Prezek and a few other of us, even whenever I was still teaching, I would say that I'm a Scentsy consultant working, as a teacher right now, but I'm hoping to be able to quit soon. Or even if you don't have the intent to quit your job that you're working right now, you can still say, I'm a Velada consultant and I also work at a library, or I also do accounting or whatever. Let's see. Okay, so what are we at? 17 minutes. Okay, I'm going to keep going. So I have these little information brochures. Really, it's information about me and my business. We'll call it my recruiting pamphlet. I keep these with me with a catalog. I need to find a new little bag or folder again. The family store used to have a really cute little folder. But if you make something that has information about joining your business and put that with a catalog, maybe a sample. I do like a scent circle. With Velada, I would do like a recipe card and a sample with, that of this blends that you'll need to use with that. And anyway, that's that. I will post this file in our Team Simplicity page if I can find it. And actually, I'll just see if I can copy and paste it. I made this with Vistaprint when they were having a sale. Let me show you something. When I first joined, Jacqueline gave me, this is actually her file, and this was Allison Dalkey's file, and probably somebody above her's file. But this is something that we used back like 7 years ago or something. 17 pages, y'all. Too long. A lot of people do not want to read something like this, but they'll sit and like glance at this. So let me talk about personalities for a second. I actually read this through like 4 times before I joined. I loved it. But I think something that's smaller, just like a quick little, it's got reasons why I love Scentsy. I'll read it to you in a second. Something like this, a picture of like the kit, that kind of thing with your information on it is going to get looked at. You can't just hand these out like to that waitress that's done a great job at lunch. Like, really, you're going to give her this huge packet? Why don't you do this and then have something like this on standby, either like in an email format or something printed, or maybe it's just something that you meet and you talk about it in person. But about personalities, I will say I had this packet that Jacqueline gave me for like 2 weeks maybe, and I knew in my heart that I wanted to sell. I bought from her a warmer in July. I probably got it like the beginning of August, and then I signed up September 7th. But probably like from the moment she got me my order, I had mentioned like, I'm thinking about doing this. So she got me this packet, and I thought about it for a long time, and I read and I thought, and I wanted to have everything, and this didn't need to happen, but because of my personality, I like to plan ahead. Like, I wanted to know everything. I wanted to know, how do I order business supplies? I wanted to know about the Scent and Warmer of the Month and how you subscribe and how that works. And I wanted to know about the compensation plan and how to promote, and about, she even showed me like, I'm trying to think. I even knew what the workstation looked like and all that. That was crazy. But you're going to have people like that. And the thing is, here's what I want you to think about when I said personalities. Some people need time to think. And if you badger them, like if you keep bringing it up to them, like, hey, we talked, last week about joining, there's that great special going on. I think it's okay to send like a reminder or to bring it up again. But if somebody's like, I'm still not sure, I'm still thinking about it, I want you to think about what kind of person they are. If they are a more cautious person, or if there's somebody that likes to plan and think, and you really got to learn personalities. But if there's somebody like that, then they really might honestly just need to be thinking about it and decide how they're going to do it. And sometimes those are the people that are just going to take off once they join. You're also going to have other people who want to know about like what fun stuff you can do, and they want to know about all the events and parties, and like the parties are what's so fun to them. And if you catch those people excited, you want them to join right away while they're excited, while their momentum is going. So I've done trainings on personalities before, and we might need to do that again, like on a monthly chat or something, because there's a really cool book called Personality Plus by Florence Littauer. That's like an old book, but it's so good about like there's 4 main personalities. There's also like the Myers-Briggs personalities, and I'm not saying those are going to tell you how to do direct sales, but just as a side note, if you don't know about personalities and temperaments and things like that, then it's more than just introvert, extrovert. And you're going to see that knowing about that is going to help you with your sales and with your team and recruiting and things like that. So anyway, I don't think you need this giant thing that talks about everything. But here's what's in my recruiting packet. So have all my contact info. I need a new picture. That was from when Hattie was a year old, and she's like almost 3.5. So there's all my contact info. And then I have my Cincy story, like the first page when you open it up. And this is what it says. It's basically what's on my PWS, but you'll see. I was first introduced to Cincy in the summer of 2008 when my best friend bought a warmer from her friend at work. At the time, I was hooked on another brand of candle, the Wicked kind, so I wasn't interested at first. But after visiting her home and enjoying the inviting Cincy fragrances time after time, I was hooked. I bought my first warmer in bars in July of 2008. I was a teacher at a private Christian school at the time, and when school started in August, I just had to have a warmer for my classroom. Instead of ordering from my consultant, I signed up under her. It was one of the best decisions I've ever made. Now I get to take care of my candle habit while sharing the Cincy love with others. In another paragraph, I said, in January of 2015, I officially launched the Velada brand and now hold monthly freezer meal workshops. Velada is Cincy family's second brand, first introduced in 2012. Its emphasis is on food and family. I love my freezer meals, and I don't know how I could live without them now. And then another paragraph. Over the last 6 years since becoming a Cincy consultant, I've helped over 40 people start their business. We now have an organization of over 500 consultants. When you join Cincy, you get more than a starter kit. You get a family. In addition to working with me as your sponsor, you also have the access to our team's Facebook group and be invited to join us for monthly online team meetings and local team get-togethers. you guys can talk about our team. You can talk about your personal business, your family. So the next page, there's 2 pages, and I've got a page like with my family, with my girls, and then over here, what I say, Cincy equals fun. It's mainly just trips we've been on. There's several trips, pictures from reunion or summit, mainly reunion, just like team pictures. If you guys have team pictures, use them. I think it makes it fun. A lot of people are wanting community. They're wanting friends and a place to fit in, and I really think that it makes it fun. And then I said, for just $99, you get a starter kit of amazing products and tools, everything you need to start your business. You've got options. Scentsy Family is one company with 2 distinct brands. Choose to sell Scentsy or Velada or both eventually, and you can build a downline in both brands. Kit contents do change from time to time, but always contain just what you need to launch your business. And I just put a couple of pictures. So this is outdated. Like I said, with my picture on the front, I need to make it new. And then reasons why I love Scentsy. Is it backwards? Sorry. I just said financial freedom, flexible hours, extra spending money, recognition, ability to earn free trips. I am my own boss. New friendships, low startup cost. And then is Scentsy for you? I would love to help you work towards living your dream life while doing something you love. What could some extra cash do for you each month? What would your life look like if you had the freedom to work your own hours? My life has changed because of one decision and $99. So let's talk. Give me a call or send me a text or message and we'll chat about how Scentsy can fit into your life. Sorry I read the whole thing, but I think if you don't want to find the thing, you guys can make something like this. You can make a flyer, you can make a postcard, you can make just a sheet of paper that has some information about you. But I think something like this that you can hand to people is more than just a business card and actually kind of lays it out there. Look, this is how it works. A lot of people know what Scentsy is. The brand and Velada is starting to get there, but a lot of people know what direct sales is. They know what Scentsy is. And I think that that sometimes scares us away from asking them to join because we think, somebody's asked them. Dude, I've come across people all the time who say that they're looking for a consultant. But more than that, a lot of people have never been asked to join, and the thought never even occurred to them. They didn't know how direct sales works. They didn't know, I'm going to have a sponsor who's going to help me. I didn't know I'm going to have a team that I can attend meetings. Well, that's kind of cool. I didn't know it's only $99 to sign up, and look at all that stuff you get in the kit. A lot of people just have no idea. So something like this will be really helpful. Okay. 2 more things. Number 1 is the more parties that you do, the more recruits you're going to have. I really believe that. I think that if you take a look at your business, if you're somebody who's really wanting to grow, if you take a look at your business and you see I haven't had any parties, or I'm saying in general, any kind of customer interaction, then you're going to see you're probably not recruiting very many. Recruits are going to come whenever people see that you are, when people see that you are successful. They're going to think, that looks like so much fun. I want to join that, or I could do that. So when you go into a party, I think it's important that you always play some sort of game at your party that is geared towards recruiting, or you bring it up in conversation. I always now, after hearing this advice, I always now try to go into a party thinking about possibly recruiting the hostess. So when you go into a party, you don't take boxes and boxes and, full of stuff. You want to make parties look as easy as possible, because then your host and your customers think, she just took one trip out to her car and she has everything she needs. So I have all these bags. They're smaller bags, but I carry my bags in. I survey, look around, see where I'm going to set up. If I need to go get a card table, I'll grab that. But most of the time, I've got everything I need. It's super simple. When you overcomplicate things, then people think, oh, wow, she's amazing. I could never do what she did. So you actually don't want people to think that. You want them to think, wow, this is easy. But the more parties you do, the more people you're going to come in contact with. The more hostesses you have, the more people fall in love with the product and Scentsy and the idea of doing parties themselves. So that's important. And I was going to say one more thing about that. Parties. Oh, okay. So here's the thing. Get out your calendars. We're putting something on our calendar. It's next Thursday, the 11th. Let's say 8 p.m. I just decided. I couldn't decide if I was going to say 8 or 9 Central Time. So you guys should know by now. I'll try to post like a map, not a map, but a little map, time zone map that you can see. I'm going to create a Facebook event, and we've done this before. So if you were around when we did it before, it's going to kind of be exactly the same. But I am going to be posting all about becoming a Scentsy or Volata consultant. So what I'm going to do is starting like after when I create the event, every couple of days I'm going to be posting something. But I want you guys to invite all of your friends. It's going to be a public event. Don't invite all your friends. Invite any of your friends that you think might be interested in joining. You can also just share the link to the event on your Facebook page, or in an email or a text message or something, and say, hey, if you're doing it like a public thing, like if anybody's interested in learning more about Scentsy or about Volata, and you want like a no hassle, what's the word? I don't know. But you don't want somebody to be like pushy, like this is the chance for you to come. Just check it out. Just sit on Facebook. We're going to be posting about what Scentsy is like, what we do, what the minimums are, that kind of stuff. So then I want you guys to show up, because I want you to be commenting. And when people ask questions, there will be a lot of posts where I will, it's going to be really interactive. So I will post a question. I'll post something and then somebody may have a question. Well, then you can give an answer with your experience. I'm going to be asking some people to go on the event in the days leading up to next Thursday and share their own personal Scentsy story, how they got started, why they sell, what their business looks like. And so like those are good things for people to get to see. So that will be 8 p.m. I want you guys to join the event, and then please just invite the people that you think might be interested in joining you. Now here's the thing. If you've got somebody who you're talking to right now and they know that they want to sign up and you're pretty sure like you guys are supposed to be meeting like this weekend and they're going to join, then do it now. Do it now while they're excited. Don't make them wait another week to start selling. Let them sign up and get their kit sooner. But if you've got somebody that you've been talking to for a long time and they're just on the fence and they need to hear from somebody else, well, I'm going to be on there. Some of our other leaders are going to be on there. You're going to be on there. We're going to have a whole big community that will be on, hopefully, and be answering questions and really just like building excitement. So hope you'll do that. It's called a B.A.C.O.N, Become a Consultant Opportunity Night. That's what we're calling it. So when you see an invitation for a B.A.C.O.N, that's what it is. And I think that's about it. So good luck recruiting, you guys. This is an awesome month to be recruiting, like I said. And I think that if you were waiting for the time is now. Have people join the B.A.C.O.N event, start talking to people, get outside your comfort zone, get to know people, and really just have fun with it. And remember, find a need and fill it. This does not have to be a bother. You are going to hear no. You're going to hear no a lot. And if you hear no, then just know like you're doing a good job. You're going to have to hear some no's before somebody is going to join your team and say yes. Also, no's really a lot of the time means like not right now. It's not a good time for me. And it doesn't have to be something that you take personally, because if you present it the right way with, hey, like, I was wondering, like, would you want to do this? Would you want to do Scentsy with me? I'd be your sponsor and I can help you. We can work on it together, and I can teach you and blah, blah, blah. Like if you present it like that, not like, hey, join my team. I'm trying to recruit this month because I really want to earn a promotion and I love Scentsy so much. Like if you're just crazy about it, like that's going to drive people away. But if you are presenting it truly as a blessing, like, hey, I've really had fun meeting people and doing these parties, and I've been able to make my phone payment or my car payment or whatever the last several months. Like if you say things like that, people will see it as a blessing and they're going to take it in the right way. So good luck, you guys. I know you can do it. I really feel like the spring is going to be a great spring. Also be watching for information about LDU, Leadership Development University. I will have that information for you by this time next week, hopefully. And we're going to be starting the last week in February. So good luck. I'm so proud of you guys.